didn't come. My name is Ray Tyson, Glen 6, 5758. I live there by choice. I can move when the time comes. I am not a liar. Okay? I am not a poor person who doesn't have an education, as are many of our people are not that way. And we do have issues, but I also drive a school bus for you people. Some of your children, possibly. I also know that I take them home where there's nobody there because mom and dads are working. So I'm asking you, don't look at the acres and say, oh, poor kids, because guess what? It's all over, people. You can go to any of these places and I can find drugs, and so can you in these better neighborhoods. Yes, we have a problem. Yes, we are working at it. Yes, WSF needs to get their acts together and get things going. We agree with that. Okay, but I think you have a wrong impression of us. Do we have sewers? For those of you who know anything about us, know that we do take care of our sewers. We do have tanks, and they are pumped out properly. Probably more so than some of your homes that have drainage. I know how that works. You know where the sewer comes up and it runs out into the drains. Where does it go? We know where ours goes. They put it in a proper place. It's approved to do so, as far as I know. All these other issues, I didn't come prepared to speak. It's a real shame that I didn't. I wish I had. I don't know the legal issues. I believe you guys have probably checked them very thoroughly. If you haven't, you made big mistakes. I realize that we can't argue the legal problems here. Legally, we know what the thing says. Did I come down here knowing it? No, contrary to what you may believe. I was told by certain people, that staff, this is a good place, you may come down here and live, and don't worry about it. So we really are some people who are there by choice, not because I don't have a decent place for the money to provide for my family. We like it there, and we have a lot of decent people there. Are there issues there? Yes. Legally issues you guys have to deal with. I'm sure you've discussed this more than once. But I do not like the idea that everybody looks at us as not being truthful, not taking care of ourselves, not having decent homes. I think that's a very misinterpretation of many people. And by the way, just to set the record straight, a friend of mine was an ex-policeman, tells me, you know who we had the most troubles at Indian Acres? On the weekends, believe it or not. That is a fact. It is on the weekends. Ask our security people. Ask your policemen who come there. It's not dealing, oh yeah, you have troubles throughout the weeks, but we're dealing with them. But when you have your big problems, when you have all these issues, it's on the weekends. You want to know when the trash is in on the bathhouses? Check the weekends most of the time, if you want to get that to that point. There's a lot of other things I probably could say, but I just want to make the point is, you know the law. I agree. That's not the issue as much here as dealing with, you're dealing with people here, a lot of good people, many old people who have these homes and have taken care of them. I believe they deserve a right for these 10 years, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hemphill gets 30 seconds to the turn.
When did I ever use this?
Building some up by the hour.
My name is Bruce Hemphill, and I'm the attorney representing Property Rights United. I wanted to take a few minutes to, I think Property Rights has sort of explained themselves, but it's a organization that was formed by property owners who are living full-time in Indian Acres to try and deal with the issue of the 2 court cases and all the issues that have come about because of that. As we're all aware, particularly you commissioners and your committee that's worked on this, these issues are very complex. But we're representing a group of people who have, in many situations, no other place to go. We want to thank the commissioners for their patience in at least listening to this issue and helping to draft this LOI. As the speakers tonight have already said, these issues are emotional, complex, and we all have different opinions about how they're created. But this LOI is a compromise transition plan. It doesn't satisfy everyone who is part of Property Rights United. We have other legal issues which we could explore, but we're looking to try and resolve this now. Your thoughtfulness and your consideration has been very helpful in getting us this far. But in any compromise plan, no one is entirely happy. And I think we're surely seeing that tonight, especially with all the speakers that have spoken already. The members of PRU are very concerned with the status of the river and want to contribute as best they can to the improvement of the river. But remember, this is a transition plan that is capping the full-time occupancy now and moving towards removing it over a 10-year period, meaning less full-time people over time. We're not adding anybody new. These are people that have already lived there for some extended period of time. We are very concerned about the rule of law in the community, and we are working with law enforcement and WSC to try and improve that. Our people live there full-time. They want a safe community there. As we move forward, if you're able to see your way clear to approve this letter of intent and the plan, we hope to be able to work with you and the board that is suggested in the plan to deal with these issues of occupancy. We are aware that there is very little funds for Section 8 housing in this county right now. The 2-year waiting list does not include the residents of Indian Acres. Somewhere along the line, if our people are dispossessed, they have to be accommodated as well as the people that are already waiting. We think this is a valid compromise, and we appreciate your patience in getting us this far. Thank you very much.
He made a terrible talk show host, wouldn't he?
Hi, my name is Peggy Lloyd, 1106 Belmont Avenue, Seacane, Pennsylvania. I would like to know if anybody up there has been down Indian Acres to view the area. Okay. Can you tell me what you thought of it?
It's really not a question and answer type of.
Would you think it's right to live down there? Does it look like that kids should be there on a year-round basis? Would you want your child have to take a bath at the bathhouse in the winter? Would you want your home to be fed through one hose? That's not really good living. I wanted to know if the people who live around the area know that we pay about $60 in taxes, and are they happy with knowing that, you know, school taxes, school bus, everything else, we pay like $60 a lot. Is that fair? When you make your decision, have you checked with the health department and the police? And did you get all your notes together about the amount of calls and the sites down there that are really a hazard? And I would request that the rest of you go down and take a look and view the area, especially where the people are residing. Look at all the junk cars and all the mold and everything else that's down there before you make your decision. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Mary Romano. I live in Gradyville, Pennsylvania, and I have a lot. It's 943. My husband and I bought that lot about 4 years ago, and we thought it would be a great weekend.